Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I filmed this look for you today with green lipstick and pinky eyeshadow, which you cannot see very well because I had a lot of trouble with the lighting on this video and the camera stopping, but I made a go of it anyway. So if you like this look, then just keep on watching. So I started with my Photo Finish Color Correcting Foundation Primer by Smachbox. It's purple and it's brightening. I have a warm complexion that borders on being a little bit yellow, so I find this gives me a really nice bright skin tone. I then put on my Mirabella CC Cream Hydrating Oil Full Coverage SPF 18 Broad Spectrum in medium 3, which is actually a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I blended it in with a damp beauty blender, and it actually, once I blended it in, matched quite nicely. Then I went in with my under eye corrector by Tarte in light medium, so it's the Color Clay CC Under Eye Corrector. And it's very, very creamy and definitely needs to be set. So I just used that on my under eye circles. And it's got a little bit of a peach tint to it, which really helps with the bluey look of tired eyes. And then I went in and set it with my CoverGirl Clean Matte Pressed Powder in Buff Beige number 525 with this fluffy BH Cosmetics blending brush. And I just set my under eyes and then anywhere where my makeup might crease and have a little party, so my nostrils and my smile lines. So then I went and primed my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and then with Benefit Cosmetics What's Up, I went and highlighted my cheekbones and the tip of my nose. I haven't gotten there yet. Still doing my cheeks and the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and my chin. And then I went in again with my Clean Matte CoverGirl Pressed Powder to set my eye primer. And then I grabbed my Naked 3 palette and I used the lightest matte shade in the palette with the brush that comes with it. And that shade is Limit, which is a really soft mauve color. It's a really, really beautiful blending color and it goes on really nicely. It's creamy, it blends really well, and I love the brush that comes with this palette. So I went in and just brought that shade almost all the way up to my brow bone from my socket up to just deepen that socket a little bit and make my eyes look somewhat less hooded. And then to deepen the socket up a little bit further, I went in with the darker matte shade in the palette, which is Nooner. And I went in pretty much in the exact same way and brought that up. Not quite as high as Limit, but high enough so that you can still see that shade when my eyes are open. So again, I don't go where my eye creases, I go right up into the socket. And then I brought that same color down underneath my eyes with the same side of the brush. And then again with that fluffy BH Cosmetics brush, I just blended it all out. Then using the smaller side of that same brush that comes with the palette, I went in with the lightest matte shade in the palette, which is Strange, and it's sort of a creamy white shade. And I just went and highlighted underneath my eyebrows with that matte light shade. Then I went in with the super pretty sparkly mauve shade in the palette, which is Buzz, and I brought that all over the lid. I'd say a good 2/3 of the way across the lid, leaving a little bit of space in the inner V to use more colors. And I did the same thing on both eyes, bringing that shade all the way above the crease and blending it together with the two shades I put down first. And then I followed the same path on the lower lid, again blending it into Nooner. And there are both eyes done. Magic! Ma! Then I grabbed my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I needed sort of a tacky primer because I'm going to go in next with the next lightest color in the same palette, which is Dust. And true to its name, it is quite dusty with a lot of fallout, but with a nice tacky primer, it's beautiful and sparkly and light pink and makes a beautiful, beautiful inner corner highlight. And then just to give my eyes a little bit more sparkle, I brought that up a little bit further. You can see I brought it in towards the lids, and then I just cleaned off a little bit of fallout with my same BH Cosmetics fluffy brush. So then I'm going in with the darkest shade in the palette, which is Darkheart, and it's a matte black that has red little glitter flecks in it. And actually, it's really more of a matte charcoal than a true black. It's really, really nice for darkening up the outer V without making it too harsh. And those little sparkly flecks, you can't actually see them once you've blended it out, so it actually is just a nice matte charcoal. And my camera cut most of that off. Thanks, camera. So you missed most of that, unfortunately. And here you can see I'm going in with my NYX matte black liquid liner, and I'm just going to draw a very thin line across my top lashes. I'm not winging it out for this look. I'm just bringing it all the way across to the inner corner. And I've said this in so many of my videos, but in case you haven't seen our other videos and you're watching this one, for hooded eyes, you do want to keep that line quite thin because if not, it's just going to cover all the shadow that you've put down on your eyelid, which would be sad. And here I am going in with my NYX Micro Eyebrow Pencil in Ash Brown, and I'm just defining my eyebrow. I like to create the shape from underneath and just go in and fill in the rest. And I kept them fairly natural, just drawing in little hairs with that eyebrow pencil. Then I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my Lancome eyelash curler, and I have my little method of doing 3 pumps 3 times on my top lashes. And then I go in right away with my L'Oreal Voluminous mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. It's a drugstore brand, but it really helps to thicken up my lashes. And I usually put my mascara on right after I curled my lashes because it acts kind of as a hairspray and keeps them in that curled up position. Then I went in with my Duo eyelash glue and these eyelashes that I got at Dollarama, which is the Quebec $1 store. They're Ardell Lashes number 311. And they're just half lashes, so they're actually really, really easy to apply. The lash band is clear, which I thought was cool the first time I used them, but then I realized you can actually see the lash band when you put them on the eyes, so I actually wound up covering the lash band in some of my NYX liquid liner, just so you wouldn't be able to see it on top of the liner I put down, because I didn't think it looked very nice. And just pressing them down towards my actual eyelashes and then pushing them up. And then again, through magic, both of my eyes have eyelashes on them. And I usually keep those fairly far to the outer corners of my eyes. Then with this fluffy blush brush that is from Quo, another pharmacy brush brand. It's not the greatest brush. It does leave little hairs on my face, but it's pretty much fine. I still use it. And I'm using my Nars blush. The color is Goulu, and it's a really nice mauve pink. Unfortunately, again, with my lighting camera issues, you can't really see the color, but it's a really, really beautiful mauve. And then with my MAC Double Gleam highlighter, I'm going to highlight once again those areas where I put down What's Up. And What's Up is a little bit tackier, so it helps the powder highlight to stick and makes me super glowy and highlighted. And you can actually see it, which is nice, even with my camera issues. And I put it in the exact same spot. So tops of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. And now for fun, you could definitely use a more neutral color with this look. The Naked 3 palette is a super beautiful pinky neutral palette, but I wanted to do a fun lip, so I went in with the Kat Von D Studded Lipstick in Plan 9, which is a really fun seafoam green color. It could have used a primer of some kind underneath because the staying power isn't exceptional, but I quite like a green lip. So I use this lip color quite often. It's really fun. And so there is the completed look. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on Instagram at the Power Pout Girls, and we put up new videos whenever we can. So see you next time. Mwah! Bye.